Mirza Masroor Ahmad is Khalifatul Masih V, the head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community. He was elected as the fifth successor of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad on April 22, 2003, 3 days after the death of his predecessor Mirza Tahir Ahmad, the fourth Caliph for the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community. At the very commencement of his accession, he was forced into exile from Pakistan in response to pressure from the Pakistani government and has continued to lead the community from London. Since being elected, he has travelled extensively across the world to meet the members of the community and address their annual gatherings. In many of the countries he has visited, it has been the first visit by an Ahmadiyya Khalifa. Under his leadership and guidance, the community's satellite TV network MTA International, launched by his predecessor, has expanded into 2 further affiliated channels to provide specialized transmission in different languages. Further campuses of the Jamia al-Ahmadiyya, the Ahmadiyya Islamic Seminary and Educational Institute, have been established, including one in Ghana and one in the United Kingdom, the latter of which has been the first in Europe. In 2009 he launched Maili Ansar Sultan al-Kalama Writers Guild of Qudam al-Ahmadiyya with the objective to respond to negative media coverage of Islam with letters, articles and editorials, and to defend the Islamic Prophet Muhammad, the Quran and Islamic beliefs and practices against critics through mainstream media platforms. In 2004, he launched, and regularly addresses, the annual National Peace Symposium, in which guests from all walks of life come together at the Ayatollah Mosque in London to exchange ideas on the establishment of world peace. Each year it attracts many serving ministers, parliamentarians, religious leaders and other dignitaries. In 2009, he initiated the Ahmadiyya Muslim Peace Prize, an international peace award for individuals or organizations that have demonstrated an extraordinary commitment and service to the cause of peace and humanitarianism. He has addressed the United States Congress, the European Parliament and the United Kingdom Houses of Parliament on the teachings of Islam and the establishment of world peace, and has consistently called for honesty and the observance of unconditional justice and fairness in international relations. Early life. Mirza Masroor Ahmad was born on September 15, 1950 in Lahore, Pakistan, the global headquarters of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community at the time. Masroor Ahmad attended and graduated from Talim al-Islam High School and obtained his BA from Talim al-Islam College, both located in Lahore. In 1976, Masroor earned his Master of Science degree in Agricultural Economics from the University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, Pakistan. Ghana. Having served the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in various capacities, Masroor Ahmad served in Ghana for over 8 years. He established the Ahmadiyya Secondary School in Salaga, a school in the northern region of Ghana, where he served as principal for 2 years. His success with the school in Salaga made him an obvious choice as principal of the Ahmadiyya Secondary School in Massacre, located in the central region of Ghana. There he served as principal for 4 years. After his tenure as principal, Masroor Ahmad was appointed as the manager of the Ahmadiyya Agricultural Farm in Deepali, located in the northern region of Ghana, where he served for 2 years. He successfully planted and nurtured wheat for the first time in Ghana. The experiment of planting, growing and nurturing wheat as an economic crop in Ghana was exhibited at an international trade fair, and the results were submitted to the Ministry of Agriculture of Ghana. Pakistan. Shortly after serving in Ghana, Mirza Masroor Ahmad returned to Pakistan and was made responsible for finances on March 17, 1985. He also served as the Director of Education within the Ahmadiyya community in Pakistan, and on December 10, 1997 he was appointed as Nazir Allah and local Emir until his election as Khalifatul Masih V. Imprisonment. In 1999, a resolution was presented in the Provincial Assembly of the Punjab which demanded that the name of Lahore be changed because that name appeared in the Quran. The resolution passed without much debate and the name of Lahore was officially changed to Chenab Nagar. Signage was placed in prominent parts of Lahore which bore the new name. A few days later, a first information report was filed accusing certain members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community for erasing a sign which bore the new name as well as a passage from the Quran. Though the complaint didn't mention any names, a case was registered, resulting in the arrest of Masroor Ahmad and a few other senior members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. They were imprisoned for 11 days with their bails being rejected but were eventually released on May 10, 1999. Caliphate. Masroor Ahmad was elected as Khalifatul Masih V on April 22, 2003 at 11:40 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, a few days after the demise of his predecessor Mirza Tahir Ahmad. Imam Atawul Majid Rasht, Secretary Mali Intikabi Khilafat, announced the results of the election that night as follows. Today he frequently tours around the world, visiting countries for the community's Jalsa Salanas. Masroor Ahmad also regularly leads prayers at Fazl Mosque in London, England, the current global headquarters for the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community, as well Friday prayers from Baitul Futuh Mosque, in Morden, London. Caliphate Centenary. On May 27, 2008, members of the community celebrated the centenary anniversary of the establishment of Caliphate. Masroor Ahmad spoke at a large gathering of community members in the Excel Centre in London, England, and took a pledge from Ahmadis worldwide. This was relayed around the world via the community's television channel, Muslim Television Ahmadiyya International, with a live link up to Qadian, India, the birthplace of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad and original global headquarters before the partition of India in 1947. A Jalsa Salana celebrating the centenary anniversary of Caliphate was planned in Qadian for December 2008. This gathering was to mark the end of celebrations of the centenary. However, due to the Mumbai bomb blasts and the resulting security situation, Masroor Ahmad cancelled his participation in the gathering at Qadian and returned to London. Similar gatherings were held around the world to mark the centenary of Caliphate among Ahmadi Muslims. Key speeches. Reception at House of Commons, Westminster, London. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad gave an address on Islamic perspective on the global crises at the House of Commons of the United Kingdom on October 22, 2008. The reception was organised in honour of the completion of 100 years Ahmadiyya Caliphate. Among the guests, in attendance at the reception were Honourable Hazel Blears MP, Gillian Merrin MP, Alan Keane MP, Dominic Grieve QC MP, Simon Hughes MP and Lord Eric of Ebury. European Parliament, Brussels. On December 4, 2012, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad gave a keynote speech at the European Parliament in Brussels, Belgium, on responding to the challenge of extremism. German military headquarters, Koblenz. In the same year, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad delivered an address on Islam unregistered trademark S teachings of loyalty and love for ONIA unregistered trademark S nation at the German headquarters in Koblenz. Reception at United States Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad attended the annual convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community in USA and Canada in late June and early July, 2012. As part of his U.S. visit on June 27, 2012, he also delivered a keynote address at a special bipartisan reception co-sponsored by the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission and the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom at the Rayburn House Office Building in Capitol Hill, D.C., entitled The Path to Peace, Just Relations Between Nations. The reception featured remarks by House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi, U.S. Senator Robert Casey, U.S. members of Congress Brad Sherman, Frank Wolf, Mike Honda, Keith Ellison, Zoe Lofgren, and U.S. Chairwoman for the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom Katrina Lantos Sweat. Lofgren also presented Ahmad with a copy of a bipartisan U.S. House of Representatives resolution welcoming him to Washington, D.C. and honoring his contributions to peace. In total, more than 130 dignitaries, including 30 members of U.S. Congress, members of the diplomatic corps, members of uniformed services, NGO leaders, professors, thought leaders and interfaith and community leaders attended the event. Reception at Montage Hotel, Los Angeles, California. On his first trip to the west coast of the United States on May 11, 2013, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad delivered a keynote address entitled, Islamic Solution to Achieve World Peace, at a global peace lunch at the Montage Hotel in Beverly Hills, CA. Over 300 dignitaries participated in the event. Special guests included California Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, California State Controller John Chiang, Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti, Los Angeles County Sheriff Lee Barker, former California Governor Gray Davis, U.S. Congresswoman Karen Bass, U.S. Congresswoman Gloria Negrete McLeod, U.S. Congresswoman Judy Chu, U.S. Congresswoman Julia Brownlee and U.S. Congressman Dana Rora Batcher. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti and Los Angeles City Councilman Dennis Zine presented Ahmad with a special golden key to the city. Letters to world leaders. Discussion about a possible Third World War is a repeated subject in his Friday sermons of late 2011 and 2012. In order to whip up a world coalition of global and religious leaders to discuss and combat this ever-present threat, Ahmad wrote letters to many political and religious leaders and exhorted them to do their utmost to save humanity from destruction. Israel and Iran equals. On March 5, 2012, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad wrote letters to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad to avoid war between their countries and warning both the leaders that if this tension escalates it may turn toward World War III and involve nuclear weapons. Grand Ayatollah of Iran. On May 14, 2012, he sent a similar letter to the Grand Ayatollah of Iran, Sayyid Ali Hosseini Khamenei, Supreme Leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, urging him to avoid World War III in his capacity as clerical leader of Iran as well. Pope Benedict XVI. He said in his epistle to Pope Benedict XVI on December 6, 2011 that USA, UK and Canada equals. He later sent messages to President Barack Obama of the USA, Prime Minister Stephen Harper of Canada, and Prime Minister David Cameron of the United Kingdom warning them of the destruction and ramifications of nuclear warfare, on March 25, 2012. On July 13, 2012, Mr. David Cameron, Prime Minister of the UK, replied to Khalifatul Masih V, stating, Germany equals. On April 15, 2012, he sent a similar warning of World War III to Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany. France equals. On May 16, 2012, he sent a similar warning of World War III to the President of France, Frans Section Holland. China equals. On April 9, 2012, he sent a letter to the Premier of China, Wen Jiabei warning him of the imminence of World War III and also sending an envoy to him. King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia equals. On March 28, 2012, he sent a letter to King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, urging him to try to strive for peace in the gloom of the impending World War III. Response to controversies. 2005 Muhammad cartoons controversy equals. A Danish newspaper, Jyllands-Posten published some caricatures of Prophet Muhammad in 2005 that infuriated the Muslims around the world. Ahmad condemned the publishers of the cartoons saying that this was an abuse of free speech. But at the same time he condemned the violent reaction showed by the Muslims around the world saying that this goes against the fabric of peaceful teachings of Islam. He guided his community to disseminate the true character of Prophet Muhammad in Denmark as well as the rest of the world through writings and dialogue. He also advised Ahmadis to send durood on Prophet Muhammad in this time of adversity. His sermons on this issue were later published as a book, The Blessed Model of the Holy Prophet Muhammad and the Caricatures. Pope Benedict XVI Islam controversy equals. On September 12, 2006, while Pope Benedict XVI was lecturing at the University of Regensburg, he quoted the opinion of Byzantine Emperor Manuel II Palaiologos, "Show me just what Muhammad brought that was new and there you will find things only evil and inhuman, such as his command to spread by the sword the faith he preached." The quotation drew criticism from a number of individual governmental representatives and Muslim religious leaders including Khalifatul Masih V Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad. As the leader of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community, Masroor Ahmad disapproved of the Pope's view on Islam, stating that the Pope had been irresponsible and lacked knowledge of Islam. He explicated the inherent peaceful teachings of Islam and the Quran and sought to remove misconceptions regarding jihad and the Islamic prophet Muhammad, in light of references made by European writers in his Friday sermon on September 15, 2006. 2010 Quran burning controversy. The plan to burn the Quran by the Dove World Outreach Center on the 9th anniversary of 9/11 attacks was highly condemned by Masroor Ahmad at the Baitul Futuh Mosque in London, England. He stated that religious extremism, be it Christian extremism, Muslim extremism or any other kind, is never a true reflection of the religion. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Community also held a faith day with representatives of other faiths as a response to the Quran burning. 2010 Ground Zero Mosque controversy. In 2010, plans were being made to build a 13-story Muslim community center located 2 blocks from the World Trade Center site in Lower Manhattan, New York City. Although the Park 51 building would not be visible from the World Trade Center site, opponents of the project have said that establishing a mosque so close to Ground Zero would be offensive since the hijackers in the 11 September 2001 attacks were Islamic terrorists. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad commented on the plan to build a mosque near Ground Zero where he stated, Geert Wilders controversy. Geert Wilders is a Dutch politician. Wilders is best known for his criticism of Islam, summing up his views by saying, "I don't hate Muslims, I hate Islam." Ahmad has, in his sermons, repeatedly refuted the allegations raised by Wilders against Islam. Addressing Wilders directly, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad said. In reply to the statement, Wilders asked Piet Hein Donner, Interior Minister of the Netherlands, if the government considered this a threat and if they would take any action against Ahmad. Donner replied that he saw no threat as Ahmad only threatened the destruction of Wilders through peaceful prayer and not violence, and that the Ahmadiyya Muslim community worldwide are known to be peaceful. Condemning of Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia's anti-church edict. On April 8, 2012, Mirza Masroor Ahmad condemned the fatwa of Abdulaziz al-Sheikh, Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia, calling for the destruction of all churches in Saudi Arabia and surrounding Arab states. He further quoted the Quran to justify his condemnation of the edict. Innocence of Muslims. In his Friday sermons of 21 and 28 September 2012, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad strongly condemned the anti-Islamic film Innocence of Muslims. He said that Muslim emotions against the film were justified to an extent. However, he also condemned the reaction to the film by some Muslims, which riots resulted in at least 75 deaths worldwide. The Friday sermons were attended by many media outlets including the BBC and a news station from New Zealand. He said Muslims should react by invoking Durood upon Muhammad. He also indicated that the creators and benefactors of the film would all suffer a great torment by God. Charlie Hebdo attacks and praise for Pope Francis. On January 7, 2015, gunmen forced their way into the offices of the French newspaper Charlie Hebdo in Paris. They killed 12 during the attack. The attack was linked to cartoons mocking the Islamic prophet Muhammad Charlie Hebdo had published in recent years. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad categorically condemned the terrorist attacks. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad said the attacks had nothing to do with the true teachings of Islam and that the perpetrators and anyone found to be involved should be punished in accordance with the law. Following the attacks, the global head of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, say there ought to be limits to freedom of expression, that no faith or religion should be mocked or insulted and that the dignity of each religion should be respected at all times. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad subsequently praised Pope Francis' remarks. He further added that such cartoons grieved and pained peace-loving Muslims throughout the world and were to be condemned, but any form of violent or illegal response could never be justified and was completely against the teachings of Islam. The Caliph also stated that taking to the streets in protest was not an appropriate response, but rather Muslims should respond by increasing in prayer and offering salutations to the Prophet Muhammad. Response to persecution. Lahore Massacre. On May 28, 2010, 2 Ahmadi mosques in Lahore, Pakistan came under attack from the Tehreek-i-Taliban Pakistan Punjab wing. The attacks were carried out nearly simultaneously at Darul al-Zikr Mosque in Gari Shahu and Bait el-Noor Mosque in Model Town, both 15 kilometers apart. 94 people were killed in the incident with 108 injured. Another attacker was captured by the worshippers. Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad issued 2 press releases urging members of the community to exercise patience and prayers, and that in response, no inappropriate action would be shown by any Ahmadi. He subsequently delivered a sermon giving details of the 2 attacks, followed by a series of sermons in which he paid tribute to each of the victims, detailing their services to the community. Muslim television Ahmadiyya. Following the achievements of his predecessor Khalifatul Masih V, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad launched an additional 2 channels on Muslim television Ahmadiyya. MTA2 directs special programs in European languages such as English and German, while MTA Al Arabiya broadcasts to the Arabic-speaking communities in Middle East, North Africa and North America. Lectures, sermons and articles, True Love for the Holy Prophet, The Blessed Model of the Holy Prophet Muhammad and the Caricatures, World Crisis in the Pathway to Peace, Conditions of Bayat and Responsibilities of an Ahmadi, a response to the Pope's remarks about Islam, a peaceful religion, exemplary compassion of Prophet Muhammad, speeches and articles in the Review of Religions. Family, marriage and children. Masroor Ahmad is the son of Mirza Masroor Ahmad and the grandson of Mirza Sharif Ahmad, the son of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. His mother is Shahzadi Nazira Begum, the eldest daughter of Mirza Bashir ud-Din Mahmud Ahmad, the second Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community. Masroor Ahmad has 2 brothers, Mirza Idris Ahmad and Mirza Mahfouz Ahmad, and 2 sisters, Amachal Qudus and Amachal Rauf. He married Shahzadi Amachal Sabu Begum, the daughter of Syed Daud Muzaffar Shah and Amtrul Hakim Begum, on January 31, 1977. He has a daughter, Amtrul Waris Fatih, and a son, Mirza Waqas Ahmad. References. External links. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V website, Preaching Peace and Tolerance in the Face of Persecution, Ahmadiyya Muslim Community International.